Hi, Kevin Coop here, and this is FaceTime with the Content Guy. So today's FaceTime has a basic business lesson about how it doesn't matter sometimes how much you prepare for change. Sometimes reality just comes along and smacks you upside the head and you just have to deal with it. I got an example of this recently. You know how so many of us are going to have to get new driver's licenses over the next year because of TSA changes. If you want to use your driver's license as ID to go through the airport and to get through security, you're going to have a driver's license that they call Real ID. It has a little star on it. Well, in Connecticut, where I have my driver's license, my license did not have that star. So I figured, you know something, I'm going to get ahead of the game. I'm going to be prepared for this change. So even a year early, I went online, I checked out all the requirements that I was going to need, all the paperwork I was going to need to get this new driver's license, and I had bills, and I had pay stubs, and I had my passport. I had a passport card. I even had my Social Security card, right? And so I have all this stuff, and I make an appointment in Stamford, Connecticut, because while the Connecticut DMV offices, the big offices, can be an utter nightmare, it so happens they have this one little satellite office in Stamford, Connecticut, where you can make an appointment, you can go in, and you can do pretty much anything, and they just charge you $8 for the privilege of not having to wait on a line. And listen, anybody who's ever been to the DMV knows $8 is the best possible money you could spend to avoid the enormous lines and headaches that those places usually entail. So I get all my stuff together, right? And I make my appointment. I go down to the satellite office. I'm there on time. I pay my $8, which is, just to get in the door. They call my name. I walk up. I say, I need the new driver's license. She says, no problem. Let's see if you have the things you need. So I pull out the bills, and I pull out the mail, and I pull out the pay stubs, and I pull out my passport, and I pull out my passport card, and she says, do you have your Social Security card? I said, I have my Social Security. I put it down in front of her. I'm feeling triumphant. And she looks at me and she says, oh, sorry, can't use that. I said, what do you mean you can't use it? She says, it's laminated. We can't use a Social Security card that's been laminated. I said, of course it's laminated. I got it, I don't know, 55 years ago. It wouldn't have survived all this time if I hadn't had it laminated. She goes, sorry, we need a non-laminated Social Security card. You can probably run over to the Social Security office. It's about a mile away, probably not a line at this hour. Go ahead and do that. I couldn't believe it. They gave me my $8 back, though. I'll give them credit. So I go over to the Social Security office, and I go in, and I sign in. 5-minute wait, wasn't too bad. And they call my number. I walk up to the window, and I tell the guy I need a new Social Security card. And he goes, looking to get a real ID, at the driver's license, DMV, huh? I said, yeah, that's what I need to do. He goes, okay. Do you have the old one? I said, I do. And I handed it to him. And he looked at me, he goes, it's laminated. Of course they couldn't use it. I said, how would I know this? He goes, well, look, on the back of the card, it always says, do not laminate. I showed him, look at the back of the card. It doesn't say that. And he looked at it, and he looked at me, and he looked at the back of the card, and he looked at me, and he said, yeah, they probably hadn't invented lamination when you got this card. Really? That's what you want to say? Though I got to admit, it was kind of a funny line, but he's probably right. So, in a week I'll have my new card. I'll go down there. I'll get the whole thing done. But, it just didn't matter. I was prepared, and it didn't matter. Reality smacked me upside the head. I was born before lamination. Go figure. Anyway, that's what's on my mind this morning. And as always, I want to hear what's on your mind.